Hello and welcome to this podcast. Now, if you yourself have ever tried to work as a freelancer, or if you know somebody else, maybe a friend who has been trying to become a freelancer and get some good projects, you would know that what usually happens with most freelancers is that they are very happy with the freedom and ability to choose projects that this type of work provides in the beginning, but then soon their biggest concerns become the periods of inactivity between assignments and the comparative insecurity of freelancing. So if you have gone through this experience, or if you know somebody who has gone through or is currently going through this kind of a situation, then this podcast is for you, because today we'll be discussing about certain tips that you can adopt in order to be able to create a stable income as a freelancer. Alright, so let's get started. The first tip is don't get too comfortable. Now, the most common mistake freelancers make is that after they land one or more really solid clients, they start focusing all of their attention on just those clients, and they do not do anything to keep new leads in their pipeline. Now, while it's great to have a steady client and a steady income in the beginning, the reality of freelance work is that you never know exactly when that engagement might just dry out. Now, if you get too comfortable and you don't keep any prospects flowing in, you might one day suddenly find out that you have an empty calendar and no incoming cash. So even if your schedule is currently full and you're working with a great client, it's always still important to at least follow up with anybody who sends an inquiry about your services, right? Tip number 2, always offer a retainer. Now, the simplest definition of a retainer is that it's a way for a client to pay in advance for guaranteed access to you in the future. So whether you're a programmer, a writer, a designer, using a retainer makes it possible for a client to reserve a chunk of your time in spite of your busy schedule. As long as you position this offer correctly, you should be able to entice quite a few clients. But just keep in mind that it's standard practice to offer a slight discount off your standard hourly or daily rate, right? Tip number 3, provide an ongoing monthly service. Now, this is basically a variation on the concept of offering a retainer. So instead of simply allowing clients to purchase guaranteed chunks of your time, what you can also do is you can come up with a specific monthly service and then pitch it to your clients. And because this is similar to the SaaS products site as a software product, in addition to gaining easier to estimate monthly income, another key advantage of this is that you can generally charge a premium for this kind of a formalized service. Tip number 4, create your own online properties. Now, regardless of the specific type of freelance work that you do, you have to have the skills needed to make things online, to publish things over the internet. Since people pay you for the work that you do, it obviously makes sense to continue working with clients. But just because you're doing client work doesn't mean you shouldn't do any work for yourself. Okay? When people think of passive income, they often make the mistake of thinking of something that requires absolutely no effort. And since that really exists in the real world, a better definition of passive income is something that doesn't require directly trading your time for money. So that's why using your own skills to create websites that are monetized with options like an affiliate program is always a very great idea. Once you get the sites up and start promoting them, they'll generate revenue for you even when you're not directly working on them. So the actual concept of passive income is that you do have to put in the effort, but you have to do it only once, and then the money will keep on flowing in every time, every month, without you having to keep on putting effort every single time or every single month. Okay, the next tip is sell ebooks or other digital products. Now, this one actually stems out from the definition of passive income that I just gave out, because when you create a digital course, you only have to create it, prepare the content for it, and publish it once, unless you're updating it. But the point is that the main effort only has to be taken care of once. Now, many freelancers use their website to promote themselves. Now, while that's a smart idea and one that can definitely increase the number of incoming leads a freelancer receives, is just one way to use a website. Another way to use your website is to bundle part of your professional knowledge into a product like an ebook or a digital course and then start selling it. So if you're concerned that you don't have enough traffic to make any real money from a product like that, think again. At times, you might not even know for yourself how much value the knowledge that you have can be provided to other people. And if you actually start marketing and promoting a digital course that you create based on your own knowledge and skills and experiences, you might be able to drive a lot of traffic, not just to that course, but also to yourself as a personal brand, so that it helps you in the future for selling any kind of service that you want to offer as a freelancer. So as long as you follow these tips, it's going to be easier for you to be able to first of all build and then maintain a stable source of income, even if you are working as a freelancer, as opposed to being employed full-time from 9 to 5 in any company, which in this year 2020 has been quite a bit difficult for a lot of people anyways. So the tips are very useful if you apply them properly, and I'll be back with another podcast episode very soon with another interesting topic.